Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. There is so much information that just dropped about the World Cup content that is coming to FC26. Some things we maybe expected or had leaks for already, and other things that were completely a surprise. One of those surprises being the fact that all of us are going to be getting one of the hardest icons to obtain in this game for free. And then we get to Evo him with upgrades of our liking. That's just the tip of the iceberg, so to say, for the World's Game update for the World Cup that starts today in game, but most of the new features that come with it, we will have to wait another week for. We're going to do some explaining, but I also want to actually dive into some details and add some nuggets on top of what EA said here yesterday. I'm not just going to read through the pitch notes. I'm going to add some of my thoughts on top of it from what we talked about in the stream yesterday, and after we've had a few hours to marinate on it, really what is going to be happening in this game because of the updates that EA are putting out. Plus, the market is all over the place right now, especially as we head out of Ultimate Team of the Season into this Prime Heroes promo, which we have a few leaks for, but I think it's going to be a good day to make some coins as the women's Barca cards do go out of packs, and Thursdays brings coins to the market with Rivals rewards. Let's discuss everything, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up in the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, I said yesterday there was going to be a second video, a double upload, and there wasn't. But I didn't fail you. I'm going to spill the beans and really tell you guys what's going on. We were supposed to drop a video with EA yesterday. It's still going to drop, don't worry. It's a W interview. It's the first interview that we have been able to do in a long time, but EA was waiting to give me the thumbs up, and they never gave me the thumbs up to drop it yesterday. So I hope that that is today. I'm not speaking bad about them. I'm just saying it was promised that it was supposed to go up yesterday. Then it didn't, because I didn't hear back from them. So I guess I am a little frustrated because I thought it was going to go up yesterday, but that's just a peek behind the curtain of what is going on with that situation. So I lived up to the deal. The video is ready. They just didn't give me the thumbs up to drop it. Now, it is probably going to come out today, but we'll just see that when it's out. Let's look over yesterday's content to move on from that and look at the objective that we had that a lot of people were asking about in yesterday's stream. The Mystery Nation is the nation of Switzerland. If you want to go score a couple goals with a Swiss player, you get an 86 plus 1 of 3 player pick. And there was another milestone objective that gave out a whole bunch of end of an eras, including Pizzy, Tavernier, Beth Mead, and Seamus Coleman. So some interesting end of an eras there. It's out for 14 days in total. You got plenty of time to get that one done. There was a nice Evo that was released yesterday as well, guys. The GOAT Keeper. It's a 25,000 coin, 3 playstyle plus goalkeeper evolution that once again boosts the reaction stat on your goalkeeper card. Up to 91, you get a plus 15 reactions boost. That's pretty nice. You get the far reach, pinged pass, and then footwork playstyles in that order. It's kind of a bummer that pinged pass is the second PS Plus, because for a card here like my Hugo Lloris, he's already got long throw and the far reach. I would rather he got footwork plus, but instead he gets pinged pass. Now that is a decent upgrade for his card there, and it does give you a very unique TOTS Breakthrough Evolution card type. It changes the card design for your card, which I don't necessarily love, but that is what it does. So I'm probably going to put Vicario into this one. He's super OP, my Spurs keeper, and we'll see what kind of squads he can fit into, probably some gauntlet squads. But that is a very, very nice goalkeeper Evo from yesterday. You take a look at Footbin, you see a lot of Gadellas, a lot of Neuers. Petr Cech is a very popular player in this one. He's gone from 80,000 coins up to 150k on the market as people are buying this Petr Cech card and putting him into the 25k Evo. It's a very solid Evo. I'd recommend doing it at least to build some depth at the goalkeeper position in your club. Now let's go to SBCs, where we had a showdown for the Champions League final that is happening this weekend. Ben White and Lee Kang in. Both of these cards feel like they're missing something. I didn't realize that Ben White does not have center back position on his base gold card this year, and this is his first special card of the entire year. So I was figuring he had center back, but he actually doesn't. I was a little disappointed to see that he didn't when this card dropped, but Makes sense since his gold card doesn't. 3-star, 4-star. I mean, 93 pace is pretty good. If he does get the +2, if Arsenal do win the Champions League, he will have 90 passing and dribbling, 94 defending, 95 pace. It will be a very, very good right back card. He won't be a 96 rated card unless he plays in the game. He would have a 96 rated card along with the showdown, but it's still a decent card there, and it's pretty cheap. Same thing with Lee Kang-in, 94 pace and 94 dribble. If PSG win, this card's going to have 96 dribbling and pace, and of course, get the +2 across the rest of the card and get the third PS plus. And again, these are affordable. They're 50,000 coins, 60,000 coins to do. But I just don't think EA have released a cool enough showdown. But then again, there's the 96 rated team that isn't coming for the winner squad. So in the same right, you don't want to put somebody into this that is probably going to play. So I think that's why they chose Ben White and Lee Kang-in. Less chance of them to be 96 rated cards. Kind of like Kika Nazareth, right? She got the showdown, but now she has a 96 rated card too. Also yesterday, our daily end of an era was Millie Bright. Same exact playstyle pluses as the Sule card that dropped the day before, and honestly pretty similar stats too. Only center back position, and also pretty cheap coming in at 59,000 coins. Nothing too crazy. The last SBC to talk about from yesterday is one that's going to take 2 seconds to talk about. The Ultimate Tots Guarantee. And guys, I honestly think that this is the least hype Ultimate Tots Guaranteed SBC ever. It's 3 squads. It is easy to get done, but you're just going to get a 93 rated team of the season from the fodder that is in this Ultimate Tots team. This is the part where when they release these fodder lower tier 92 and 93 rated team of the seasons into this Ultimate Tots squad, they have to make the weekend league rewards, which have been terrible, and the packs like that, they have to have a 94 or a 95 plus on the Ultimate Tots kind of like a rating guarantee. They have to be 94 plus and 95 plus because of the 92s and 3s that are in this Ultimate Tots squad. So yeah, that SBC is upvoted, but like, man, it was terrible. It was so bad. It was crazy how bad that it was. Now, really quick check on the fodder market, because today during Rivals, if you want to make some coins in a low budget, this is the place to go. Bid on 88s and 89s. I know we talk about 85s all the time, but notice that 88s and 89s have been going up a whole lot since the Salah SBC came out on Friday. These 88s were 1,700 coins on Friday, and now they're approaching 3,500 coins. If you can get these on bid for like 2K, if you can get 89s on bid for like 3,500 coins, maybe 3.7 is as low as they go. We'll see. But they should have a pretty sizable drop off today with Rivals, and I would get involved because those cards should pop back up in prices. People are still going to be crafting Salah, and they will be getting coins today from Rivals rewards. You can always, of course, bid on the 85 rateds for like 800 coins too if you want to go a little bit lower budget, and start lazy listing your team in the season, guys, because I've started listing some of the Tots cards that I invested in. These are the cards we talked about buying for like 15,000 coins. They haven't been selling super good, but I will get occasional sales around 22,000 coins. I've sold a couple here and there, especially as we head into this next week where team of the seasons will be going out of packs, but they will probably still be required on SBCs. That investment hopefully will have another chance to continue to rise in price, and we'll hopefully see those cards rise. Now, the last thing as a part of yesterday's content, before we get into all the news and the leaks and information, is the Conference League final that took place, and Crystal Palace did win 1-0, which means this Ismail Yassar and Chris Richards are going to be getting boosts up to 96 rated and 5-star. This card is going to be crazy. One note that I tweeted about, and a lot of people have been talking about as well, this card has become super overpowered because he has low agility compared to where his strength stat can be. He can be lengthy on a sniper and an architect chem style. With this upgrade, he will no longer be lengthy. He's still going to be good in game. This card's going to be cracked. 99 pace, probably having 96 dribble, 96 shooting, and 94 passing. It's going to be an absolutely mental card, but he won't be lengthy anymore. And of course, guys, the saying stays true. Sell in the hype. He went from 1.3 mil pregame, 1.5 mil after they scored the goal, down to 900K and is still right now just over 1 million coins. This is why you sell into the hype. The Ismail Sarr card is down. Maybe we'll drop a bit more after the upgrade. The same thing happened with the Vicky Lopez. And this Chris Richards is extinct at 380,000 coins. But even you saw a couple of dips in price after the game. He's mostly been extinct at 380. So maybe that price range gets updated. And hopefully these cards get upgraded today. But I'm going to guess that they get upgraded to a 96 tomorrow on Friday, and then on Saturday we would have the Conference League 96 rated team of players and packs. That is just my guess for what will be upcoming, since that's kind of how the Europa League cards for Villa came out last week, and their game was on Wednesday, just like the Conference League was yesterday. So that's the news with those cards. Now, before we get into the big conversation with the World Cup content, I want to just go quickly through the Prime Heroes promo that is going to drop tomorrow. Guys, there is not a lot of hype for this promo, and it shocked me yesterday when we logged in for content to see that EA is using the exact same dynamic images and the exact same card design that these Prime Heroes had last year in FC25. Does that Yap Stam or does that Eden Hazard look familiar? Oh, wait, because they were in FC25. There's the official stats that have been leaked for this team. Now, the interesting thing is there's a 99 stat on all these cards. And like we talked about yesterday, if we get a 99 stat in 1 or 2 or 3 of the Evos that we get in this next week, it could be really interesting, right? Unique concept, 99 stat. Haven't seen that too much this year. If they extend that to evolutions, that could be cool. No leaks of that yet. No news of that. But maybe it would be cool with the SBC player that is leaked. By the way, we guessed it. We'll look at that in a second. Official stats for these cards, they look okay. I mean, Yap Stam looks crazy. 90 pace, 99 defending, and 96 physical. Sure, they only have 3 playstyle pluses, but these cards do look really good. That Tim Howard is one that I would like to pack, 99 diving. But honestly, guys, this is a promo that I think I'm not going to open too many packs for. Like, if I can hit Tim Howard right away from an 84/10 or something, I will be super duper happy, because for what's coming after this, and we know the promo that's coming after this, World Cup related content, we're going to want to save our packs, because it is going to be so much more hype with all this World Cup content that is coming out. So maybe you save, start saving packs, but maybe you open a few if there's a interesting hero in here that you would like to get your hands on. The one cool thing that was just leaked, and this is the SBC that we kind of guessed a day ago or two when we looked at the leaks for this promo originally, Quaresma is going to be an SBC inside of this promo. We're going to get his official stats leaked today. Some of the leakers were already teasing it. It's not out just yet, but that is going to be a 99 stat Quaresma. If I had to guess, they would give him 99 dribble, but that could be a decent SBC if it is cheap. So that's basically all the leaks and news that we have related to this Prime Heroes promo. Again, the fact that they're reusing the card design and the images really makes it feel like, yeah, EA even themselves know this is a filler promo and just passing the time until we get to the World Cup. And let's freaking talk about it, man. All right, we got to look at this World Cup update that EA dropped yesterday. Like I said, I don't want to just read this pitch notes through, because you guys have already seen that. We did it yesterday on stream. If you want to go back and watch that, you can check that out there. We've, a lot of people have been tweeting about this. We've talked about it even on some TikTok posts and some YouTube shorts that we've already posted. I want to dive deeper into this today and go through this, but do more than just read it and kind of talk about some things that I've thought about and how it's going to actually impact the game. The first thing to note is there's 2 dates that are listed in here. May 28th, today, and June 4th, next Thursday. Today, we are getting a patch for this game, which is actually going to update the game and be a pretty substantial patch. The first one that we have had in a long time. That's what's coming today. There's also going to be some stuff in career mode. You will be able to use some of the new national teams there, but small details there. Most of this content is going to be dropping on June 4th. All right, that's the big date to really look forward to. Next Thursday, with the new season that comes out, this game is going to look completely different. There's like this dedicated event hub. The season, it's going to be all related to the World's game without saying World Cup in it. It's not going to have any World Cup branded logos or anything, but it's going to be all related to that content. Now, the first thing that we're going to look at here in this post is the World's game. That is the World Cup mode that EA is going to release this year. This is coming out on June 4th. It did not come out yesterday as it was originally leaked, but it looks like it's going to mostly be an offline mode. You got all the nations in here. You can play the tournament. You have kind of the tournament set up here with the bracket, everything going into the final. It's going to be interesting to see, if you want to sim this and play it out, how the graphics look, because, usually at the end you see, like in the old World Cup modes, lifting the World Cup trophy. Well, now it looks like they've got this trophy, which says EA Sports FC on it, that looks kind of like a World Cup trophy, but yeah, it's not quite the same. So that is going to come out on June 4th. I have been told directly from EA, though, that this mode will somehow give rewards tied to Ultimate Team and career mode. but I don't think those rewards are going to be super good. So it seems like it's going to be very similar to the FIFA 23 World Cup mode more than anything else. Now let's get to the good stuff, guys. The content is coming in Ultimate Team. The first things first, we are getting a free Icon Festival of Football Pele card at the start of this promo next week. I think it might be on Friday, June 5th, which will be the start of Path to Glory, the first promo of the Festival of Football Summer World Cup content. They say, yeah, play FC June 5th, between June 5th and July 24th to earn a 93 overall Icon Pele and 3 Choose Your Journey evolutions. So that's basically what it is. It's a free Pele, and these are the official stats for that Pele card, by the way. 93 rated, quick step, and technical. We're going to get this card next Friday for the start of World Cup promos, and we will be able to Evo him down 3 paths. The first path is going to give him low driven plus as a striker. The second is going to give him finesse as a right wing, left wing, and then a cam CM that will give him probably a bigger defensive and physical boost, and the incisive playstyle plus. Now, these are not official stats for the upgrades, but that is official stats for the 93 rated card there. And I mean, that's cool, okay? A free Pele, who's going to say no to getting one of the hardest to achieve icons in this game? Like, if you think about how many times you've packed Pele in the history of this game, I mean, most of us have probably would say never. Maybe with promo icons, it's become a little bit more common, but that is a very difficult icon to obtain, and EA is going to be giving them out for free. Seems very similar to the Zidane that we had a couple years ago, or maybe that was last year, the Maradona that we had as well. So similar to that, we're getting a free Pele, and then we get to Evo him. We'll have to see what his official stats are for the upgrades. If he goes to 4 playstyle pluses, I would imagine, though, that he's going to stay at 3 playstyle pluses since he's being given out straight away next week. And I don't think EA want to progress to 4 playstyle pluses that quick. But that's one thing that we're going to have to see during this World Cup promo. How fast are we going to move up to 4 playstyle pluses being really common? Now, this might be one of the biggest features that is coming in with this World Cup update again on June 4th. The Evo Undo, the Playstyles Lab, and Evo Repeats. Like I said, most of this stuff is coming next week. It is not coming today, but this is an exciting feature for sure. Evo Undo. Guys, some of the stuff is as well that's in here, specifically the Evo Undo. I thought EA would have saved this for like FC27. This is a big enough feature that it could have been saved, and we would have been excited for it before FC27, but I'm glad that it's happening now because the sooner the better. Who says no? We are going to be able to, as it was leaked in the past couple of weeks, take a player and roll back and even fully reset evolutions that we have put onto a card. And of course, this is huge for FUT Birthday players because if you evoed an originally tradable player and you take all the evos off and reset them, they will be tradable once again. Since we're talking about prices in the market, if you have FUT Birthday cards in your club, or if you evoed one of these FUT Birthday players, there's going to be a mass exodus of people selling these cards on the market. Because think about it. Right now, you see Lamine Yamal at 4 million coins. When you maybe bought this dude to evo him, he might have been like 1.7 to 2 mil. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can make so many coins. A lot of people are going to do that. And when this drops in game, there's going to be a flood of those FUT Birthday cards in the market because people are going to figure out that they can get their coins back and they're going to go do that. So those FUT Birthday cards are going to crash for sure, but they'll still be able to be evolved through the bakery, which the bakery is going to be changing names. But with these remove all evolutions and remove last evolution, updates to the game here, the one thing I'm really curious is that's the way they've described it. You can remove all of your evos, or you can remove the last evo. And something how it'll show in game, something about how it'll show in game is it'll show you like all the chains that you've done, all the evos that have been happening to be upgraded to this card, and you can take off one or you can take off all. Now, my question is, when you remove the last evolution, number one, can you only do the last one, or can you do the last evolution? And if you put, like my Tim Ream, I've probably evoed this dude like 15 times. Can I take him off one by one to get him back to like an 87 rated card and then evo him again? Or is it only going to let me do one evo off the end, or the entire card wiped clean? That's my question mark that I have surrounding this right now. Also, is this free? It better be free. It doesn't look like there's any sort of cost involved with this, but I could see EA being like, oh, you got to spend 10,000 coins to take the Evos off of this card. And if that's the case, that's going to cause a lot of problems, and that will not seem very fun because most of the Evos that we do right now are free anyway. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And I don't know, it would just seem wrong for it to be paid. So I hope it's not, but that's one thing that I'm curious about in regards to this. But that is a fun Evo or a fun addition because it allows you to really take even more control over the Evo cards that you have made and that you will make as well. If you like, man, I made a mistake on that one, then you can roll it back. And sure, you've lost out on that time and you've lost out on that Evo that you put on that card, but now you have that card that you can Evo again in a different way if you want to. So I think that's really cool, and that might be one of the biggest things that is upcoming with this update. The second biggest thing is, well, the Foot Birthday Bakery is going to be changing. Notice the expiration date on this bakery. I don't know if that changed because I'm pretty sure it said before that these were going to expire like at the very end of the year, of the summer. I think EA changed the expiration dates on this because this is going to be going away and it's going to be renamed as the Playstyles Lab. It's going to be the same exact thing where you have the ability to customize your Playstyles and Playstyle Pluses on Foot birthdays and these 4 promo cards that are coming forth in this game: the Glory Hunters promo, Festival of Football National Pride and the National Pride Champions, and Festival of Football Star Performer. All of those cards, we will be able to put base playstyles and playstyle pluses on them. So I'm guessing this bakery is going to go away, and it's literally just going to drop in game, and it's going to be called the Playstyles Lab. This is just an AI generated image, but that's probably what it's going to be. And once again, just like the Foot Birthday cards, these players, if they were tradable going in, you Evo them, they become untradeable. When you take all the Evos off, you will be able to sell them again. So that's cool. We're going to have another promo like Foot Birthday called Glory Hunters that is a 2-week promo that is just entirely cards that we get to customize the playstyles on in the middle of the World Cup. So that does sound really cool. There's also a new Evo Repeatables item type, which will allow you to earn additional evolution entries. That's just going to be something that I think we have to figure out in game and see how it actually works, because that does sound interesting. But now we have repeatable Evos already, so it's like, how does that even work? So that's the Evo Undo and the Playstyles Lab. That is cool. This might be the second biggest thing that is coming: tokens. The rewards that we see in this game and that we play for on a weekly basis are about to change. If I have understood this correctly, it is a new reward type. Basically, the reason that EA added this is right now when you go into the play section of this game, you see Rush, Rivals, Champs, Gauntlet. You see a whole bunch of tournaments and live events, and it's overwhelming. Where do you play? What game mode is the best one to get involved in for the rewards? Do you want to play online? Do you want to play offline? It is overwhelming. And what EA is trying to do, I think, through this new token reward type is tell you and show you that no matter where you play with this new reward system, you will be chipping away at getting rewards no matter where you play. So if you play Rivals and you play Champs, but you play nothing else, you're going to be able to earn tokens and you'll be able to get rewards. If you play Squad Battles and Rush, you'll be able to earn tokens as well and grind towards those same rewards. So it's kind of like, instead of just playing this game for the rewards in that mode, there's always something that you're chipping away at on the back end, right? And that is the thought that sounds pretty cool because there's so much FOMO. Oh, I got to play this because I don't want to miss out on these rewards. Well, maybe now you'll be like, I don't care if I skip the Gauntlet next time it comes out because I'm going to get my maximum tokens for the week, which is 1,000 tokens a week, according to this cap that they're going to be setting out for these tokens that you can obtain. And then once you get those 1,000 tokens, you're like, okay, I've done my week's worth of gameplay. I'll get some other rewards on top of that, you know, packs, coins, player picks, etc. And then you'll be feeling like you accomplished something in the game. So I like that. I like that for sure. But one thing I want to kind of clear up is these are not tokens like icon swap tokens. I don't think they're going to be giving us 1,000 player items. This is like a currency. So I'm wondering, like up here in the top right, we've got coins, FC points, and our SP. Somewhere there is going to be another kind of tally that keeps track of the number of tokens that you earn. You can see here they already sort of told us how many tokens you earn based on, for at least division rivals and squad battles where you finish. So of course, higher ranks are going to be able to level up and get their 1,000 coins or 1,000 tokens quicker. But once you hit 1,000 tokens per week, you're maxed out. You can't get any more. There's 5,000 tokens in total because this is a 5-week season, 1,000 tokens per week. And using these tokens, we will be able to redeem them for rewards in a specific token store, which has players, packs, evolutions, and club customization content. Rewards up to 300 tokens can be redeemed instantly. Rewards up to 1,000 tokens will require multiple play sessions to unlock. And then rewards up to 2,500 tokens will be the most expensive rewards that are in the store. So 5,000 tokens in total, 1,000 per week, and 2,500, so half of the maximum, is going to be the highest level reward. Now, you might be asking, well, Nate, what are some of the rewards? They're already added to the pack code. A 93 times 10 Path to Glory pack. Yes, you've heard that correctly. That is a 93 times 10 pack that includes all Path to Glory players. There's a 93 by 4, a 93 plus PTG, a whole bunch of PTG guaranteed packs are in there. Also, there's icon picks that are in there as well. A 1 of 4 93 plus, a 1 of 5 93 plus that includes some icons that are pretty far back, Time Warp, Thunderstruck, Team of the Year, stuff like that. And then probably there's a bunch of other packs in there as well. A 14 times PTG Team 1 pack that could be involved in there. There's that 93 by 10. And I'm sure there's going to be other packs in there as well, like an Evos it said there were going to be. So there's going to be a whole bunch of rewards. So if you want to prioritize packing a PTG, you can. If you want to go for an icon, you can. If you want to go for maybe something else like an Evo, you can. It's going to be really interesting to see how this store looks and honestly where it's going to be. Like, I'm so curious, where is that token count going to show? Is there going to be like a tokens tab? They said there's going to be a Festival of Football hub inside of Ultimate Team. Maybe that will house some of this extra stuff. Like, remember during the FIFA 23 World Cup content, we had like an extra tab. It was in like the bottom right, and you pulled that up and it showed your progress where you were leveling up in that kind of like mini season thing that they had. And then there was the World Cup icon swaps. Of course, we're not having icon swaps, but this token system kind of feels like that. The one thing with this token system that I want to say before we kind of move on to FUT Champs tokens is, I think we have to prepare ourselves for how rewards are going to look different. Because let's be honest, EA is probably not going to give us the exact same Division Rivals rewards. Like right now, Division 2, 24 points. I get 2 player picks and I get 3 packs along with 85,000 coins. My guess would be that some of these picks or maybe even a couple of packs would go away and they would be replaced by the tokens. I don't think EA is going to add tokens on top of this. So that's one thing I think we're going to not like at first, is seeing, oh man, we're not getting as many packs or player picks from Division Rivals, but we are getting tokens that we would then put towards rewards in the token store. So I think that's one thing I would expect to see. It sounds like they said here that there's going to be some rewards that are swapped out. And of course, they said they're going to swap out weekly refreshes for lower cost rewards. So there's going to be new rewards every week on the lower end. And then there's going to be some bigger rewards that, of course, you can save up to as well. So that's a really interesting situation there. But I think the mindset behind it is making you feel like you're not missing out by not playing all the game modes. Once you get your 1,000 tokens, it's kind of like, yep, I've got my gameplay done for the week. Don't have to do too much more. And you feel like you're progressing towards something that actually matters. So I like that. I like that for sure. Now, for FUT Champs, there's going to be a specific token section, which is going to have unique special red FUT Champs items that will only be available inside of the red FUT Champs store. So it's not like anybody else can have these or pack them or anything like that. Or like, right now for red picks, it's all the Ultimate Tots cards, right? These are going to be like special red items that you can only get through getting FUT Champs tokens. Of course, they said for those who win more, you'll have a greater chance to get more tokens and get the higher rewards. Plus, of course, you'll have additional coins and hopefully some packs as well on top of that. The thing with the FUT Champs rewards and for all these rewards is, I hope that tokens aren't completely replacing packs and player picks. Like, you can't take away some of the packs and coins. We still need fodder. Like, we are playing these game modes, sure, for whatever we can get from that token store and those token rewards, but we are still going to need 85 by 10s and an 86 by 4. I know maybe the red pick's not going to be there anymore. That was cool, except for this week because Ultimate Tots pack weight was terrible. But we still, if this is EA listening to this, we still need to have some fodder because that's partially what we're playing these game modes for too, is the packs, so that we can go and do SBCs. Unless you're going to drop the greatest menu grind ever and we won't need any fodder, well, doesn't seem like that's going to happen because the fodder that we have right now, the fodder grind is really, really bad. So that's the Foot Champs token store there. One of the last things we have to discuss here, I know there's so much, right? The Festival of Football Journey of Nations. Each week there's going to be a continent that is focused in on. This sounds like it's going to be weekly objectives related to the continent. There's going to be iconic players, historic nations, emerging stars, and just a whole bunch of stuff for each of these continents, one per week. They're going to be adding in 100 new international players to the pool of player items. That literally means Neymar and a bunch of others, kind of like how we had in FIFA 23. This was the example that we looked at in the video yesterday. Some of these players will be able to be in the game just because they will have nation chemistry. Remember this Dani Alves card? Didn't have a club, but he had the Brazil nation and the Brazil league. So I'm guessing Neymar is going to have the exact same thing, and that's how some of those players will be dropped. There's going to be two new icons, Rivellino and Mario Kempes, and those two icons are going to debut in the return of greats of the game. But we can't skip over the first World Cup promo that is becoming on June 5th, Path to Glory. We already mentioned it, but this is a live promo. Of course, one of the most iconic for every year we have a Euros or the World Cup, live and upgrading cards based on how their nation performs in the tournament. I would imagine these cards would start as 3 playstyle pluses and then upgrade to 4, depending on how they progress through the tournament. There'll be weak foot and skill move upgrades. There will be definitely stat upgrades in there as well. So that's going to be huge, super duper fun time there. Then right after that, we go 1 week of greats of the game, which is icons and heroes. People remember the FC24 Greats of the Game promo as one of the best icon promos ever. It was so fun. It was a blast, and the icon cards were great. And then we followed that up with, I believe that is 2 weeks of Glory Hunters, and that is, again, the full customizable promo of playstyles that we'll be using the Playstyle Lab for. Then after that, we have Phenoms for 1 week. That's a promo we had during the last World Cup. And then Summer Stars to finish it all out. The final culminates in a celebration of the biggest moments and greatest performers. And then they said during the whole World Cup, there will be showdowns, star performers, and national pride cards. And once again, those national pride cards will be customizable in terms of playstyles and playstyle pluses. So much is going on there. I think the biggest things are going to be the Evo Undo and the new token system, but definitely the free Pele is going to be a huge thing as well. Let me know in the comments what questions you guys have. If EA is watching this video, maybe they'll be able to see some of those. I'll relay some of those questions to EA. Maybe they'll answer, maybe they won't. Sorry, I'm salty. But drop those down below in the comments because there's so many questions that we're going to have surrounding this. And multiple times in this article, EA mentioned, like, we're going to monitor and respond to community feedback based on the stuff that is dropped. So they will hopefully be listening and hopefully take some swift action at some of our notes and things that we say about how we're enjoying or not enjoying interacting with this content after it comes out. Now, real quick, today, we're coming back to today on Thursday. This is what I expect to be dropped in the game today. A patch that updates finally the Bruiser playstyle that EA's been talking about. Also the Enforcer playstyle, which EA mentioned a while back. Also the Team Press tactic has been nerfed. They've kind of laxed it up a little bit. I wouldn't say this is something that I use all the time, only when I'm like down at the end of the game and I'm trying to get the ball back, but Team Press has been nerfed a bit. The AI will not press you as much. It doesn't look like a huge difference, but it is a little bit of one. Another small thing that they just added outside of the Bruiser nerf is the intercept stat is going to matter more now than just having the intercept playstyle. Notice here it says added the ability for players without the intercept playstyle, but with 90 plus interceptions to have access to the same animations as those of the playstyle. You guys know me. I'm a fan of lowering playstyles out of their overpoweredness and over effectiveness, making them the most important part of this game. I think playstyles and stats need to be like this, or maybe playstyles a little bit below stats, just because I don't think it's good for this game personally. We've talked about that a lot. So, I mean, it's not level across the board right now, but interceptions are going to be more about the stat and less about the playstyle, at least right there. So that is everything as a part of the big update that EA dropped yesterday. Now, let's get back into what is happening right now. I want to talk about the market, and I want to look at some cards because these Road to the Final Women's Champions League cards go out of packs today. Yesterday, their prices were a little bit all over the place. There were some cards that went up big time. There were some that went down. And I'm looking at some of these players right now, like this Bonmati card, who went up good yesterday, but is now kind of back down a little bit. And I'm interested in purchasing. Guys, we have Rivals rewards today. We have coins that are coming into this game. And we have a promo that is coming out tomorrow that doesn't look that hype. I think these cards are going to do okay. I really do. I know that the Villa cards really crashed after a day that they went out of packs, right? We saw Buendia go all the way down to 890,000 coins yesterday. He's back up to 1.1 mil now, but these cards really crashed in price when these came out. I can't see the new heroes that are about to come out really hurting these cards that much because these cards have so much hype. So I think today during Rivals is going to be a good time, or maybe even as you turn on this video, like if you're getting onto it right away, looking at these cards before Rivals rewards, there might be some low points there. Like right here with this Bonmati, I'm okay paying the low 1.3 mils because, I mean, 1.299. Let me scoop that one real quick. Just kidding. Didn't get the bid off. Let me scoop that one real quick because if I can get another one of these in the low 1.3 mil range, if I take a look at her graph, yesterday she was between 1.3 flat as her lowest, hit 1.47. And then, of course, the first day she came out, she was like 1.7 million. There's just a lot of hype for these cards. They are super rare, and I think that they do have the ability to go up in price today. We'll see if we can win this one here for like 1.31, and I'll have 2 of those. If you don't want to invest in those, Thursdays are great for the market. 9 times out of 10. I think this is going to be one of those 9 times out of 10. Ultimate Tots cards are kind of recovering a little bit here. You can see like Harry Kane's back up to 840. That's a price rise for him there. I noticed that Pedri's up to 480K. That's up a little bit for him. Modric is still kind of low. Messi's back up a little bit. I still have the Cristiano Ronaldo that I bought yesterday for 1.67. I think the market's going to do okay today, guys. I really think that it is because, again, the hype for the promo that is coming tomorrow on Friday is not super crazy, and it's all really for next week for the World Cup content. So I think these cards are going to do good. So get out there, low budgets too. Don't worry about just looking at expensive cards like I am. I just bought this Serchi card for 200,000 coins flat, and if I see another one there, I'm going to buy it because she goes to 250K like every single day. So getting on the bids, getting on the snipes, just focus on stuff that is out of packs and you will make some good coins today because it should just rise into the nighttime. So that's the current state of the market, at least in my opinion. Last day of team of the season today, content-wise. That's kind of crazy to say. Ultimate team of the season has been one of the most forgettable ones, but I would say that the rest of team of the season has had its moments this year. For sure. Some of the red picks during League One, the 82 plus player pick during League One Tots, the 83 plus player pick during La Liga, we ended off the individual leagues of team of the season with some really, really good content in the past 2 weeks. But we're ending team of the season today. I think some of us would say we're glad to see it go. We might have one more end of an era SBC to kind of finish things off today. Watch out for that. I don't know if it's going to be like a late surprise, if they're going to throw in like a Carvajal or a Lewandowski. There has not been a leak for that yet. But, you know, there's always that last chance that EA would do something like that. Very, very last minute. And it's also the final day to work on some of the Ultimate Tots objectives. I know that like gameplay, FOMO, all this stuff we've been talking about right now, maybe you don't feel motivated to do this at all, but I'm actually going to AFK some games of the Ultimate Tots finale since I won the tournament. I'm just going to score a goal and put the controller down and give the other guy the win because I just got to play 2 more games, assist and score, and we are good to go with that objective there. But just kind of make a quick swing through here. There are some other objectives that are expiring if you want to get those done and get some packs. Honestly, like we've had really good packs and objectives this week and we've had no pack grind. So that's why I wanted to get in some of the Ultimate Tots finale and the Gauntlet games because That's like the only way to get fodder this week. Last thing I want to discuss, we're going to get more news about the season pass today. There were leaks that I left out of today's video because we just didn't have enough time to cover it since there was so much to discuss. There's going to be more details about the season that comes next week. Today, according to FIFA Trading Romania, like our big player, the main event card at the end of this next season pass is going to be Sophia Wilson. So her flashback SBC during Team of the Year is going to be upgraded upon, right, for that one right there. And then there's also an icon SBC that's going to be chosen for the E-Champions League winner. I believe that event was going on yesterday. I don't know what stage of the tournament they're in. Maybe it's over. Maybe there's a tiny bit left. But that's going to be something between these 4 players. The winner of that tournament will get to pick one. So there is that. It'll be upcoming as well. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. Again, if you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. I'd love to get in the conversation with you guys because I know there's a lot of thoughts, feelings, and questions related to what EA dropped about the World's Game update coming out today, but really starting next week. I think overall it is a very good update. Like I said, I think some of the features are big enough that I thought EA would have maybe pushed them off to FC27. But the Evo Undo is going to make the rest of this summer for Evos really fun. And I think the tokens has potential as well. It's got potential. We'll see how the rewards are and see how it plays out. And then, of course, all the World Cup content. I mean, it's going to be a blast. It is going to be a blast for sure. So if you're excited for it, just like me, drop a thumbs up on the video. Comment down below if you have any questions once again. And subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys in a stream today and hopefully a second upload on the channel as well. Love you guys, man. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. See you later. Peace.